Hi everybody, it's Delusion Dispeller and I am cooking again. So tonight we are making a couple different things. I wasn't going to do this on a live because, well, I just want to cook and not have to stop and answer, comments and stuff because there's a lot going on here that's making up this meal tonight. So I got some lentils right here that I pre-made. They're going to be turned into meatless meatballs. And I'm also going to be making some pasta. So we're doing some pasta and meatballs for dinner tonight. And basically, for the lentils, I did about a cup and a half of lentils. I did a little bit of the um, bouillon cubes. I put 2 bouillon cubes in with 3 cups of water, and I cooked that in the Instant Pot for 9 minutes. The first time I started freaking out because I smelled something like it was burning, and it really wasn't burning, but I was afraid it was burning. So I turned it off, I pulled everything out, and I started over again. But that's okay because all is well, everything's good, we're all good. All right, nothing burned, no harm done. So the first thing I want to do is get an onion and chop it up and saute it in my pan. I will be right back. I gotta go grab my onion. You know me, I'm not the most organized cook. So here's an onion. Onion. I'm going to find my knife so I can chop up the onion and saute it into the pan. Or in the pan, I should say, not into the pan. In the pan. I have my little recipe right here following it. It was from a YouTube video. Um, so we're sauteing onion and garlic right now is what we're doing. It seems to be the base for everything is sauteing onion and garlic. So that is the procedure. I'm going to actually show you what I'm doing so you can see. I have my computer propped up on a pan at the moment. Actually, it's a cake pan, a glass one. And it's sitting up there, kind of balancing so that I can aim it towards the pan and you can watch everything cook and sizzle and do all that fun stuff. So I discovered that when we went shopping, we forgot to buy a key component that makes everything so good that I make, which is butter. So we're using oil instead of butter to saute, which is perfectly a-okay with me. Doesn't matter either way what you use, as long as you're sauteing, making everything nice and oily, kind of, I guess. And your onion, you want to do that because it almost kind of caramelizes it, makes it almost sweet. It brings out the sweetness in the onion, I think, when you saute. I just always like sauteed everything. I love sauteed mushrooms, sauteed onions, sauteed peppers, whatever vegetable you can think of, I want it sauteed. Because saute is delicious. So we're chopping up the onion here, trying not to get it too close to my nose so I start tearing up and my eyes start burning like they are. Ugh, I hate that. That's the only thing I don't like about onions. And there's ways to avoid that, of course, but I didn't think of that before I started chopping the dumb thing. All right, so we got the oil right here. I'm using olive oil again. Pour a little bit in here, get it all sauteed. I'm going to go grab a garlic clove, of course. Be right back. I think they said to use like 3 cloves of garlic. I'm probably going to use a couple cloves of garlic and then maybe some garlic powder. I love cooking with garlic though, like I told you in the last video. I'm really glad I started just breaking down and getting the actual cloves instead of just using the garlic powder. There's something about fresh garlic when you're cooking with it. It gives it a different type of flavor. And because I'm part Italian, A lot of garlic was used in my life growing up. Garlic bread, garlic in the pasta, all of that. I had lots of garlic that was used around me. So I'm used to smelling garlic and tasting garlic. So it just feels right to me to use the fresh stuff. So I'm just chopping up this garlic clove. It'll be easier when I get that garlic press. I'll get that eventually. But first things first. Today we don't have a garlic press, so we're just gonna sliver it up. It'll cook down anyways, and it'll give that nice flavor that onions and garlic cooked together get. There's some name for that, by the way, when you cook certain vegetables together. My foster mom always tells me, oh, did you do a blah, 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 but I don't know what the name is, so I'm not going to attempt to say a name I don't know. All right, let's see here. Got all this chopped up. You can hear it sizzling pretty good here. All right, I'm going to get my spoon. Maybe. All right, I'll use this spoon instead. All right, so we're going to saute these up. That's the first step. And then we're going to start adding some spices in with it. And we're going to put everything into a big bowl with the lentils. We are making, like I said, meatballs tonight, but they're not going to have meat in them. They're going to have lentils and onion and garlic. Yeah, it's going to be good though. Really good. And some egg. It's going to have some egg in it. A little bit of a beaten egg. All right, let's get that. Give that more time to cook. I found my rolling pin, by the way, y'all. Remember last time I made a recipe, I could not find my rolling pin at all, but I found it. So get all that cooked up. We put some spices in it now. I got some Italian seasoning. And then I got some, let's see what else. Basil or oregano. Yeah, I gotta find my basil. Hang on. You guys know I love basil. Be right back. Paprika. I think that's what I meant to buy from the store that I forgot. That's the basil. Basil, there it is. I'm going to keep this out because once I make the meatless meatballs, I will be putting some in there too. So this is starting to look pretty brown and nice. Good. Excellent. All right, so now we are going to add this to the lentils in this bowl. I don't need to add any bouillon because I cooked my lentils with bouillon, so perfect. And then I need to get a couple eggs whipped up. I'm just going to try to start with one egg because I don't think I need more than one egg. All right. I am going to turn this off. Coming over here to my lentils. I'll show you my lentils so you can see what they look like all cooked up. This is what they look like. This is what's going to be your quote-unquote meat for your meatballs. Those of you that aren't aware, I have decided to become a pescatarian. So I'm only going to be eating fish. And as far as meat, no chicken, no turkey, no cow, no pig, no swordfish, no deer, none of that. Just fish. Fish only. All right. No shark either. That's just awful. All right, so now I'm adding your onions and the garlic here into this bowl of lentil beans. Perfect. Stir that around a little bit. Oh, that's perfect consistency. The lentils absorb the water when you cook them, so nice. All right. So next we're going to get 2 eggs, or 1 egg. I'm going to start with 1. I'm also going to blend up some nuts. Like, I have different kinds of nuts here. I'm not sure what. But I got to find my nuts so I can blend. We got seeds. Nuts and seeds, actually. Those. Hi, Mish. Want your meat? Oh, I do have flax seeds. I do. Somewhere in this kitchen, I have some macadamia nuts somewhere. And that's what I'm looking for, y'all. Macadamia nuts. They're over here, yes. Brazil nuts, actually, not macadamia. They're good in selenium and other stuff. So I got my nuts here, and I got my flaxseed, and I got some sunflower seeds. And I'm going to get my magic bullet out, blend everything up. So I will do that over here. Little blade. I'll carry you over here with me so you guys can see. Alright. Get my little blender out. Magic bullets are great, by the way, guys. If you don't have one, you should get one. You can do everything in a magic bullet. Alright. So we got our Brazil nuts. Pour some of those in there. We got our sunflower seeds. They say to do about a cup of the nuts, so I'm trying to make it about a cup. This is going to be like a mealy substance that makes your meatballs here. You can see me again. So we got the seeds and the nuts going on in here. I am trying to find out what I did with my walnuts because I had some. Let's see where I put them. Whoops. Sorry, kitty. Not being scary there. Alright, well, I don't know. Is this it? Aha, found my walnuts. Perfect. Because walnuts are like really good for mealy nut consistencies. So we'll put, they still smell kind of good, I think. Put those in here. I had these walnuts for like forever. It's not quite about a cup, so I'll put a little bit more. Okay, there. All right, so we're going to put the blade on. It's going to be like a huge noise, so all of you kind of bear with me here. It's nice and mealy. It's like fine crumbs, and that's what you want. That's what's going to hold your meatless meatballs together. Okay. Get out all that down there if we can. All right. Smells nutty. Okay. Let's bring this over here. I think Bobo's sitting over here just watching me. I think they're waiting for food. They think they're getting more food. All right, so we got that blended up. Now we need to get a couple eggs. Or 1 egg to start. See how that does. Yes, I eat a lot of eggs. I love eggs. They're so good for you, actually. I remember years ago they kept saying, oh, don't eat a lot of eggs, it'll raise your cholesterol. And now they're urging everybody to eat lots of eggs. Go figure. So here's our egg. I'm not going to mix this in a separate bowl. I'm just going to drop it in here and mix it up. Because I don't feel like going through all that extra work for nothing. So I'm just going to beat it up and then mix it in with the lentils. Okay. There. Okay. Now we're going to put our nut mixture in. I'm not showing you anything, sorry. Here we go. I'm going to put our nut mixture in with the lentils and the egg. Stir it on up. Like so. It's very wet and kind of sticky a little bit, which is good. That's what you want. I'm going to probably put some flaxseed in to make it a little bit drier. They say to put some nutritional yeast in, so I got some of that right here. Yep. I'm going to put some of that in there. Check something real quick here. All right. Yeah. I'm going to get the flaxseed. This takes a lot of ingredients, I know, but, you know, since I'm not going to be eating, meat, so this is my meat substitute. I'm going to mix up the flax seeds with all the other stuff, like so. And then you're supposed to use like cracker crumbs or something. Some kind of breadcrumbs or cracker crumbs. Add a little salt if you need it, that kind of thing. You can add cheese to it if you want. I'm probably going to put some Parmesan cheese in with it because, as we call it, sprinkle cheese. That makes everything taste very good. I just got to figure out where I put the sprinkle cheese. It's in one of the drawers, I think it was. I don't see it. I don't know, I've moved stuff around so much in this fridge that it's hard to know where anything is anymore. There it is. Okay. This will help dry it out and make it into the meatballish type consistency too. So that's what we got so far. We're going to add a bunch of parm in here. Parmesan. We'll mix that up. And then I'm going to put some almond flour into it. That's the next step. Almond flour. Or all-purpose flour. Either one. All right. It's like kind of like a meaty consistency, like your ground beef would be, you know. So those of you that are not meat eaters, like Hillary and a couple other people that I know are not meat eaters, there you go. Here's your recipe. Trying to think of what I came in this fridge for. What did I say I was going to do? I don't even remember. Oh my goodness. Oh, flour. Duh. Flour. Okay. Those are oats, not flour. Cheese seeds. Okay, well this is frustrating because I know I have all-purpose flour in here somewhere. I don't know. So I'll just use tapioca flour. That's fine. Whatever. I guess it doesn't matter. So whatever kind of flour you're going to use. You could even use regular flour. It doesn't matter. Okay. So we got the flour here. We're going to mix everything together. The important thing is you can make it into a meatball shape, you know, the round shape of a meatball. I think those are good. All right, now I am going to, the lady that said to do it, said how to do the recipe, says to taste it. So I'm going to taste it. Oh, that's good. It does need salt though, for sure. So let me find some salt. Right here. Salt and pepper. I'm just going to dump it because this thing's taking forever to come out. It's just sea salt. Organic, I think, sea salt. All right, there we go. All right, now I'm going to get my pan. We're going to put more oil in it. And we're going to shape meatballs. I don't know if I'm going to make it all into meatballs because I might use it for hamburger patties too. You just make sure this is still filming. And yes, it is. Okay. So we're going to get that oil nice and hot. Watch out, PT. Get the oil nice and hot, and then we're going to get a spoon and start shaping the meatballs. Those are forks. I'll be right back over there, y'all. Hang in there. Stay tuned on the video for Dee Dee coming back and continuing the live. Not the live, but the video. Alright, so. Alright, that sizzled when I flip water at it, so. This is what they look like, everybody. Now, the girl that did it said she puts flour on them to give them like that golden brown look. I'm just going to make some just like this. I don't need flour. There's enough flour in them. And I don't have the right kind of flour that I want to use anyway, so. Just going to make them into meatballs like this. Put them in the pan and let them cook. Tomorrow I will probably have some lentil burgers. Because it's made so much of a recipe that there will be plenty left over, I'm sure. Just roll them into meatballs. Meatless balls, I should say. Matthew happens to love meatballs, but I don't know if he'll love these or not until I let him taste them. So hopefully he will. And we'll have a little bit of a variety from always, you know, having the same kind of meal. It's good to try something different once in a while. Yeah, I didn't even put any breadcrumbs in these, so we'll see how it turns out. I was going to roll them in oats. That was the other thing I thought, was putting a little bit of oats in with them. Washing my hands because it gets kind of messy. The good thing about making the meatballs like this without raw meat is if you want to taste them, you can. You don't have to worry about salmonella. Well, although there is raw egg in them, I guess. So Technically, you still technically should, not taste it raw, but who actually follows that? I don't know anybody that does, really. So they're getting nice and brown, just like a meatball should. I remember having these at the Seventh-day Adventist vegetarian spaghetti dinner, and they were so delicious, and I did not know they weren't meatballs. I was really shocked when somebody told me they didn't have any meat in them. I thought maybe they had lied. I was like, are you serious? Come on, they're just playing with me. They really had meatballs, just the spaghetti was vegetarian. They're like, no, really, they have all vegetable stuff. There's no meat here. But they're very strict about that, most of them. Well, the ones that I knew back then. I think we've found that as time has gone on in life and society, even religions have gotten very permissive about their beliefs and how they practice them and stuff. So, yeah, where years ago you might have talked to a Seventh-day Adventist and they'd be like, no, absolutely not. We don't touch meat. Now they say, well, some people do and some people don't. Some people are only partly vegan or partly vegetarian. Some are vegan, some are vegetarian. So it just depends. It depends on the person, depends on the family, just like anything, really. All right, so these are our little meatless meatballs that you can see here. And I probably will pour the sauce right over them. I'm going to like them. Even if Matthew doesn't like them, I'll like them. Because I love lentils and vegetables and all that good stuff. All right. Okay, let's see here. Find some sauce. We got sauce in this bag. Can you guys see those meatballs? Meatless balls? I'm going to pour some sauce over them. Kind of stir them around in the sauce. And of course, I'm going to be making our homemade pasta too. Now, this meatball fell apart. I guess that's bound to happen. That's all right. It's all going to taste the same anyway. Not going to be perfect the first time I try it anyhow. All right, so let's just take this, put it over here. Just stick these meatballs in a bowl aside from my area there that I'll be cooking on. So now we got to put on the pot of water to boil. And I think I might do that in another video because otherwise this video is going to go way too long. So that, my friends, that is how you make vegetarian meatballs. Now, if you are vegan and you don't want the egg, you take some flax powder with a little bit of water, stir it up, make it into kind of a mushy paste type thing, and it's a great egg substitute. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, a like, a share, and we'll see you on the pasta video next. Thanks for watching.